Yes, indeed, baby. We jamming over here. It's Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Fave Favorite, and we're having ourselves a great time. And thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all driving home, enjoying yourselves. We just want to give y'all something good to listen to, and we appreciate y'all tuning in. Now, check this out. If you're hungry, you want to grab your bite to eat, we'll still be here for another 30-some-odd minutes. Why don't y'all come on over here, have that dinner with us, that little snack dinner I like to call it. Just put my order in. So shouts out to my man Rick over here at Marrero 6 for hooking us up, man, feeding my co-host, myself, my guests. We appreciate that. So y'all come on through, get something to eat with us, man. Definitely come enjoy yourselves with us. And look, when y'all get home, shoot, you can go to New Orleans Talk Network and check it out on the live stream. Well, as we promised y'all this fall, we want to talk a little more high school football. And we've been blessed and fortunate enough to have the Hash It Out show been joining us the last few weeks. My man JB and my man VK Jones and my man George. Those guys, see how they go to a lot of the high school football games in the area, go on the sideline, film and interview the coaches, and can give us a lot of insight, man. We're excited because this summer we had a lot of high school kids, schools come on. Next week we have Archbishop Shaw. We're going to come down. Coach Hank going to finally come on down here. He came on the show. It was via phone, but I said, Coach, you got to come have a burger with me. He's like,
super
close. All right, Fav, I'm going to come have a burger with you, man. All right, goddamn, get the players to come.
Super close.
I'm not coming this week. We just lost a rumble. Yeah, that was his words.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Shouts out to Coach Hank, man. But JB, man, let's get – I want to get straight into it. I'm not going to tally around with it. We could talk about the games you went to here later on in this segment. But I've been paying attention to you guys here the last couple of weeks, and y'all been doing y'all top 5 teams in Louisiana. Now, since you're here, I'm not going to talk about yours.
Okay.
I'm going to let you talk about yours and the why and all of that.
All right.
But VK Jones goes Ruston. He goes Rummel, Neville, Westgate, and Edna Carciel. Now, check this out. He said he's looking at resume. He's looking at resume. So when you start talking resume, you start getting into coaching staff, winning records, so on and so forth. Then you got Coach George. He's saying Ruston, Neville. At 3, he has Edna Carr, Rummel, and Alexandria. Alexandria is very interesting. They just beat Destrehan out of town. Then we come across my main man, the sports guy himself, JB. JB, yours is a little different. Could you talk to the people about your top 5?
Well, my top 5, I look at who I think is the best team and what they have done. Also, I do include body of work, the teams that they beat. So, to me, number 1, Edna Carr. I really think Edna Carr from top to bottom is the best team throughout the state. Now, my 2 co-hosts, they think that, since Edna Carr missed a game, they should be penalized. That's not their fault that their game against Opolis got canceled due to Hurricane Francine. But I think Edna Carr, in my opinion, is the best team in the state. That's why they're number 1. Then I have Ruston. Ruston has some quality wins, got a big win over Longview, Texas, in Longview, Texas. That's why I have Ruston number 2. Number 3, Neville. What they have done so far, beating at Evangel, going to Calvary Baptist and beating them. And then Holmes High School out of Mississippi, beating them by 1 point. So Neville looks like a real deal team too. Also, Rummel beating Lafayette Christian Academy, beating University, and then beating Archbishop Shaw. That's why I got Rummel number 4. Then Alexandria, we just talked about what they did to Destrehan, 45-27. That's why these guys are my top 5.
Wow, brother. I'm glad you have all that information down because I wish I had the time to watch more high school football. But in your experience, and obviously I heard you say you had Carr number 1. I'm familiar with the Carr team. Coach Torres Howard over there.
Yeah.
Do you think Carr is number 1 in your mind? Because, and I heard you say body of work, but is it more of a depth situation than it is for, because I know that they can give you a starting 22 after they first start in 22, get out of there. So is it more of a depth thing why they're bigger? You feel like they're better, or is it just pure all the way around?
It's both, because top to bottom, position for position, they got talent everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. You name it, from quarterback, running back, receiver, cornerback, safety, defensive tackles, linebackers. They have it, and then some.
Right.
Depth-wise, somebody can get hurt, they can plug somebody in immediately and not miss a step. So that's why both those reasons you said, that's why Edna Carr, number one.
Copy that.
So okay, all right. I'm looking at y'all also copied and paste the state polls.
Correct.
So Ruston is number one.
Yeah.
They're 3-0. That's 144 votes. But I want to go way down this list.
Okay.
To St. Aug. They're
Yeah.
2-1. They do lose the biggest recruit in the country, but it speaks volumes about the depth on their team. Kid Ty Dominic, we trained him over at Concord. They got a lot of skill positions, but most importantly, I think the biggest thing this year, the biggest difference, and not saying that Coach Foster wasn't a good coach, he's still coaching, very intelligent guy, won a state championship himself with Carr, but what Coach Valdez has done at St. James and even going out to Grambling and doing what he does out there, when you look at this St. Aug team, they're hanging on 10 at 5A, but this team can clearly get to the middle of the pack real quick.
Oh, I think they will. Be honest with you, this St. Aug team is phenomenal. The job Coach Valdez has done in a short amount of time and getting his players to buy in is something magnificent that I've seen. And they're playing well. You got to give Bashawn Coulon, the quarterback, a lot of credit. He's like a game manager, but he's connecting on his passes, finding his open receivers. Defensively, yes, they lost Jakeem, but that defensive line is still real good, especially with Warren Roberts, the Tulane commit, I believe. And you can go on from there. I'm telling you, that is a team to look out for. And that matchup with Edna Carr on October 6th or October 5th,
Okay.
that is going to be a determining factor for both teams on who probably will win District 10 5A, the Catholic League.
Seattle, I do find this very interesting. I want to go to 4A next.
Okay.
Terrell's Catholic, St. Thomas More, Opelousas, Westgate. That's why I get the whole Westgate thing for a top team. When you go to that Lafayette area, Cecilia, North DeSoto, but Archbishop Shaw is 10, 1-2 team. They did have a win against West Jeff, but you look at the two Shaw loss.
Yeah.
Rummel, high-ranked team. Right, you look at the class of 5A, Rummel's in the conversation at 9, according to the state. Edna Carr, number 2, 5A team, full of talent. Shaw lost pretty bad to them, but they hung in with Rummel.
They did. They hung in for the first half. Had the lead 14-7 at one time. Wow. Went to halftime tied, and then Rummel came out. And like I said last week, Shaw has a problem stopping the run up the middle. And that's their problem right there. And Rummel did exactly that. Norman Taylor, number 5 from Archbishop Rummel, had a total of 187 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. Like I said, if Shaw can stop the run, Shaw will be phenomenal. It'll be fine. But right now, that is the only problem that they have. They got Lafayette Christian this week, who also likes to run the ball. Lafayette Christian got a good running back in Jalen Noel. So the key is stopping the run. If they can stop the run, Shaw will be fine. I still think Shaw's going to be fine, but right now they got to get that fixed.
No, that's real.
Speaking of philosophies, right? You've watched a lot of high school football. You've seen a lot of high school football. We've all partaken. In your opinion, because I realize that a lot of times it is philosophy, and sometimes it's the players that you have. Do you see the better teams running the spread, or do the better teams have a running offense? Which one do you think is a better recipe of winning the state of Louisiana?
Well, it depends, to be honest with you. If you are a very talented team, the spread will work for you. If you're not as talented, I can see the option veer working, right. Power I, right. But I think the more talented that a team is, that spread can work magnificently for you. If you're not as talented, I can see going back to some old school running game, like I said, the veer. Yeah. So that's how I look at it.
And I only ask you that because, you think of teams like a Rummel. Rummel runs the football.
Yes.
And you think of a team like Carr. Carr has all that talent, but they throw the football.
Correct.
Carr could have Marshall Falk on a team, but they're going to throw the football.
Right.
And Rummel could have Marshall Falk on a team, and they would give him the ball 25 times.
Yes.
So I only ask that because, it's such a philosophy and it's such a back and forth. Who do we think is the best? And at the end of the day, the best teams always seem to be able to run the football when everybody knows they're going to run the football. So we'll have waited breath to see about that later.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for you to come on again, bro.
Speaking of running football, many men. Brian Robinson just scored, which that looks good on my fantasy because I had him starting tonight. So that's definitely a good thing. 7-7 tied up here as we watch the Heisman Trophy Bayou Bengal Bowl. So we got a tied up game right here.
And Buffalo is blowing out Jacksonville 20-0. 23 right now. It's just
that's definitely a wild story. It really is. Wow.
Of course.
I mean, I don't. You gonna hang around with us a little bit?
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Okay, because we're gonna talk about this Monday Night Football game, getting a little bit of fantasy betting and all of that stuff. But before we take our quick break here, talk to us about y'all next episode. Y'all film tomorrow. What's going to be the main thing that y'all talking about? Is it y'all top 5 going back at that, or is it any particular game y'all may focus on?
So tomorrow we're gonna do our show live. We do our shows live Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tomorrow we're gonna start at 7:00 on YouTube. JB the Sports Guy is the YouTube page. You can go on and see the show. We're gonna talk a little bit of LSU and Saints first. We're gonna start there first. Then we're gonna interview Coach James D'Artes, the head coach of Baker High School.
Yeah, you were out there this weekend.
I was there, yeah. They're 3-0. He's going to join us on the show. We're going to talk about some of the games that happened in high school football, and then we're going to talk about our top 5. Get to everybody why we got these teams ranked, and probably get on VK's list a little bit,
Yeah. VK got the controversial list. I'm not gonna lie, he does. Well, he's Jarryd Boy, the sports guy, baby. JB, the sports guy. Y'all make sure y'all go to y'all Instagrams right now and follow the Hash It Out Show. Great content in their YouTube page, JB Sports Guy. Y'all go on there, check out. Hey, I'm telling you, boy, they go at it on there, but I love it because it's for the high school kids. Right. Well, y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be back, man. We're live here at Small Sliders Marrero. We're going to have to talk about a little bit of sports betting, fantasy football. There's Monday Night Football going on. It's Inside the Trenches, baby, on ESPN New Orleans.